On the quiet morning of July 1st, 2018, a normal Delhi neighborhood woke up to an unimaginable tragedy. The victims were the Chundawak family. They were a prosperous, multi-generational household of 11 people who had lived peacefully in the area for 22 years. They ran a local grocery store and a successful plywood business. By all accounts, their daily lives were heavily embedded in the community, with no outward signs of financial or social stress. The disruption to that routine happened at 6 a.m. For the first time in years, the family's shop failed to open. Milk and bread deliveries sat abandoned, prompting a neighbor to walk over and check the house. The front gate was left open. Inside, 10 family members were found hanging from the ceiling in a single room. They were blindfolded, with their hands and feet bound. The 75-year-old matriarch was found dead in an adjacent room. Investigators found no signs of a struggle or forced entry. The scene presented a massive paradox. Why a financially stable, outwardly happy family of 11 would do this to themselves? Given the sheer scale of the deaths, police initially suspected a brutal, coordinated home invasion. Security camera footage from the alleyway the night before completely changed the direction of the investigation. The footage showed the family's own women and children calmly carrying wooden stools and electrical wires into the house. These were the exact instruments used in their deaths hours later. These notebooks, found inside the home, contained years of highly specific instructions dictating the family's daily movements. The physical evidence points to a decade-long internal orchestration, dictated by a mysterious written text. The origin of these diaries traces back to Lalit, the 45-year-old son. Following a severe accident in 2004, Lalit experienced a trauma so deep that he completely lost his ability to speak. 3 years later, the Friendly patriarch, Bhopal Singh, died. This event fractured the emotional foundation of the entire household. The turning point occurred during a 10-day mourning prayer for Bhopal. In the middle of the session, Lalit suddenly regained his voice, chanting with the exact cadence and tone of his dead father. Lalit convinced his family that his father's spirit had returned to inhabit his body and would henceforth guide the household. This timeline of their behavior shows how the diaries tightened their grip. Starting in 2007, the rules cascaded from changing their diets to mandating strict, synchronized prayer sessions every night at 9 p.m. Over a decade, the family functioned as a closed unit, following instructions they believed came from beyond the grave. This page contains the final directive written in the diaries, commanding a highly specific group action. The text laid out the exact mechanics: blindfolds, a time window between midnight and 1 a.m., and 6 continuous days of strict preparation. The diaries framed this action around moksha, liberation from the cycle of birth and death. It was presented as a supernatural ritual for salvation rather than an end. To ensure compliance, the text guaranteed that the ground would shake, the sky would tear, and their dead father would physically intervene to save them from the nooses. Absolute faith in this botched ritual turned a pursuit of salvation into an accidental mass casualty event. Psychologists use the term shared psychosis disorder to explain how healthy people willingly participate in a delusion. Because the family was isolated and possessed absolute trust in the Lit, his hallucinations transmitted to the rest, overriding their collective survival instinct. They maintained this internal isolation while remaining fully integrated into a bustling community. Forensic analysis of the diaries revealed a detail that underscores the collective nature of this delusion. The handwriting did not match Lalit's. This suggests that while Lalit acted as the vessel for his father's voice, other family members actively transcribed the commands leading to their deaths. The Burari case is a haunting testament to the fragility of human reality. Inside a closed system of absolute trust, reality itself can be completely rewritten.